Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we have another folder. It's a Kershaw, the Kershaw Swerve. Pretty sweet. So, Kershaw Swerve. This knife is one of their kind of budget knives, but it's a medium-sized, utility work knife. So we're gonna go over the specs. I'll tell you how I use this or why I like it. We'll compare it to some other knives, and yeah, I'll give you an idea of if this knife is right for you or not. So the Kershaw Swerve, the overall length is 7.25 inches. The blade length is 3 inches. The handle length is 4¼ inches, and the overall weight is 4.8 ounces. Yeah, so pretty cool looking little knife. I really like some of the shapes and design features on this. That's kind of what makes this knife a little bit more than just a basic folder. But it is at a budget price, so you can find it for around 25 bucks on different online sites at the time of this review. So we'll get into it. So now, starting with the blade. The blade is pretty cool looking, kind of thick, wide utility blade shape. It's plain edge. I believe it is a flat grind. It is a flat grind blade. It has this really nice Kershaw stone washing on it, and it has kind of a unique swedge up here. So now the shape itself is almost like a drop point with like a stretched out sheep's foot. I don't know. I just really like the shape and the design of it. And then it has some belly, but it's fairly shallow compared to some other knives. So it comes through, which allows you kind of to rock a little bit, but not as much. And yeah, so on the blade we have the Kershaw Speed Safe logo. On the other side you have the patent pending, and then we have the blade steel stamp of 8CR13 MOV, which is, a decent budget steel, 8CR13 MOV and AUS 8 are about the same, so it'll take an edge really sharp. It won't hold it as long as some other steels, but for what it is, it's a good steel. So yeah, as you can see, plain edge goes down. There's a little bit of a choil there, so you can sharpen the whole length of the cutting edge. Like I said, you have this direct decorative swedge. It's not terribly thick, which makes this knife a really nice kind of slicer. It would be good for some food prep. Looking at the thumb studs, they got the circular stepped thumb studs here that have the sharp edges enough to catch your thumb, which is nice as far as a way of deploying it. And then it terminates down here into like a finger guard, which is also the flipper. So this is a flipper knife or a thumb stud knife. And it does have Kershaw's Speed Safe opening. I prefer the flipper. Now, one of the cool design features of it is the jimping up here in the thumb ramp, which locks it in, but the name is a swerve, so you have this serpentine kind of swerving pattern to the knife, which gives it a really kind of custom look, but it's also very functional, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the blade. Going into the handle, it has kind of a very nice ergonomic handle, designed definitely for the thumb to rest on top. Definitely fits in there. You have this choil. It's not the most comfortable choil because it's flat or more rectangular, but you have that finger guard there, and you can tell that you just have a solid grip. Then it kind of angles down and swells to fit those other fingers, which is nice. The handle material is a FRN or a GFN glass-filled nylon that is kind of smoothed out on this side here, but then it has the Kershaw K texturing printed into it, which is pretty good. It has stainless steel liners, and it is a liner lock. The back spacer closes off everything. The one thing, there is no lanyard hole for this knife, so if you're looking for a lanyard, it's not there. But the backspacer continues that serpentine design in the backspacer, which is a nice touch and adds kind of an overall look and flow to the knife. One of the things I do really like besides the serpentine backspacer and jimping is the pocket clip. The pocket clip is pretty unique design, but I like the look and the function of it. It's very sleek and kind of a modern look, and it's a deep carry. There's no hardware for your pants to get caught up on, so it just protrudes out, and it's just a really nice pocket clip. I'd love to see this type of pocket clip on a couple other knives in the future, but it's secured with one single screw in the butt of the knife, and it is left or right side tip up only. So that being said, boom, opens up nice in hand, easy close, liner lock. Boom. It's a little bit thicker and stockier than other knives, but it's 25 bucks and it's a good size and it functions really well. That speed safe works well. So let's compare it to some other knives. We have another speed safe. Actually, we'll do a different speed safe. Speed safe. Actually, we'll do a different speed safe. Size-wise, there we go. We got the Kershaw Camber. I guess we're just comparing a lot of Kershaws here. We got the Kershaw Skyline. And we'll throw in one of these. We got the Benchmade North Fork. And we'll throw in my favorite, Spyderco Cat. Okay, so there we go. We got a lot of knives here. So, looking at the blade lengths, I picked these knives because most of their blade lengths are about 3 inches. If we line them up, you can see they're all around the same length except for the Cat. The Cat's the shorty, but I just love it, so I put it in there anyways. Handle lengths, they're pretty similar, especially between these three lengthwise of the blade and handle. So, yeah. So, comparison of blade thickness. We have the Skyline and the Swerve. Skyline is thinner with the Sandvik steel, but it makes it lighter, much lighter, almost half. Then we'll do the Cat. The Cat is much shorter, but the blade stock is thicker. There, handle-wise, the handle is thinner as well. We'll go into the North Fork. Blade length is very similar. 3-inch blade. Blade stock. This is just a hair thicker, and that's S30V blade. Handle thickness. This is just a little bit thinner. And then a Kershaw to Kershaw. Blade thickness is just a hair thicker. Handle thickness is just a hair thinner. But as you can see, it's definitely kind of a standard design or similar design. They're both Kershaws. They have that angled hand flipper. This one is lighter. It has aluminum handle scales, but not by much. But either way, both speed safes. So it's kind of nice. This is a much more expensive knife, around $80 or around $70. This one was $25. So it's nice that even though the price difference is different, they're still putting in a lot of similar features into some of their budget knives. So they're taking features from more expensive knives, deep carry pocket clips, flippers, speed safe. I mean, there's no jimping on this, but this has jimping and thumb studs. So there's almost added features to this than this one. But they're both really cool. I love that jimping there. It just looks really neat. And for $25, it's just a solid utility work knife. So that being said, we have one last test for the knives, and that is the ugly brown glove test. Grip wise, you know, on those smooth parts, it's slippery, but the K-texture grip gives me enough grip to hold on to it. Flipper has no jimping, so my thumb can slip off, but if I line it up right, works just fine. Definitely locks in the hand well. The jimping on top is efficient enough. I think it could be just a hair sharpener. If it was just a hair sharpener, my thumb would lock in there better. It closes one-handed. I can easily close the liner lock. And the thumb studs work fine. So, it's not bad. I'll give it 80%. 80% on the ugly brown glove. So, excellent job. All right, so that being said, this is the knife. This is the Kershaw Swerve, budget-friendly knife. Really a good, decent knife for the price. It's a good size. I use it at work all the time for cutting open boxes and stuff. It holds an edge nice enough. This is one of those knives that's easy enough to sharpen. You don't need some fancy sharpener. A pocket pal will suffice. And yeah, I like it. So check it out. This is the Kershaw Swerve. Thank you for watching my videos. Check out the eye in the upper right hand corner, the links to some of these other ones. Eventually I'll put them up there. I do unboxings and other videos. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you outside. Thank you.